What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 7, episode 10. Today, we're going to take a look at some of our refined storage. As you can see from our dude over here, we're full. So we need to take a look at improving our situation here because we are out of storage space. So what we're going to do is we're going to just dip our hands inside of AutoCrafting. We're going to set up some AutoCrafting for refined storage, some AutoCrafting for some of our machines down over here, and also I think we're going to build a mob spawner because we need to get some experience for enchanting and such. All right, so here's what we're going to do. So we've got our signs that we'd already laid out previously for crafting monitors and our craft manager, disk manipulator, another possible disk drive, things like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to craft all of these things really, really fast. We're going to craft our monitor, which is just some patterns, so 2 patterns. We're going to make our crafting monitor, and we're going to hang on to that guy. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the crafting, actually we're not going to do the crafting manager. What we're going to do is we're going to make a pattern grid because a pattern grid is going to be crucial to what we're doing. But so we're gonna need a grid. So we're gonna need some construction cores. Let's just grab a couple of them, and we are going to need some destruction cores. Just go ahead and make a couple of those, and then we can craft a grid, and then we can craft another pattern. Needed one more. And we can craft our pattern grid. Now and then the next item that we're going to need is we're going to need to make some crafters. Crafters are essential in refined storage because it lets you basically lets you auto craft. So we're going to go ahead and make 2 of those. And in this pack, there's actually you can actually upgrade these. You can create a here we go, an iron crafter. So it holds more patterns, and it has a little bit extra speed. So pretty much, so let's if we were to place down a crafter, and we're just going to attach it. Well, that ain't the crafter. Crafter, and it lights up. It's good. I mean, by default, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have nine slots with a base speed. If we do an iron crafter from extra storage, we get 27 slots, and it goes a little bit faster. Now you can take this even further. If you hit U on this, you can decide, hey, how do you want to make this? You can make this with some gold blocks, a chest, some neural processors, and an iron crafter. Now, a neural processor, what are these? We could probably make this. We're a little short. Well, okay. We'll stick with just 2 to start with. Sure. Let's go ahead and throw down our pattern grid. Since we just made it, we're going to go ahead and break this here. And you'll notice that when you place down a block with this, any block that's touching any other refined storage block now has your access to it. So we also are going to want to, let's break. What else did we make? We made the crafting monitor. Do we have the stuff for our manager? Craft man, edge. Crafting manager. Do not. We don't have any casings. I mean, that's easy to rectify. Can we make any more of the crafters? Make it 1. What are we missing? Construction core. Oh yeah, we can make this. Let's just make all the machines. Let's just make all the machines. You know, I mean, why not? It'll make this next step a little bit easier. Okay, so crafting manager. Let's break this block, and we're going to put him here. And crafting monitor, we're going to go ahead and stick him here. And as you can see, so now we can see when stuff is going. We can decide what things are going to go into what patterns. Let's break you for a second. Since this is going to be temporary, I think he says, as he's not sure. If we put down an iron crafter here, and we'll put one here. And if we look at this, you'll now see that we have a bunch of slots that we have access to, right? So the way that this works is, so we need to get some patterns. So if we do pattern, and we want the refined storage pattern. And the first thing you want to do whenever you're making things like this is, what are we missing? Are we missing glass? We are missing glass. Do we have sand? We have some sand. All right, I'm going to cook some glass. And while this is cooking, we can continue with this. So the way that the pattern grid works is you take a pattern, you toss it up in here, and you say, okay, let's say I want this to AutoCraft patterns. So this tells you the ingredients. You click this just like you normally would. And we're going to do an exact recipe. So it's glass, redstone, and quartz enriched iron. And then you're going to say create this. Now you have a pattern that exists. You can manually take this pattern and put it in here, or you can put it inside of here. Okay? Now, if we go into our grid, we say pattern, pattern. You see, it gives us this option now to craft this. The game is saying, hey, I know how to craft this. Do you want me to just auto-craft these for you? Sure. Make 10. And it says, okay, to make 10, you need 30 redstone, 30 quartz, 30 glass. Hey, you have all these things. Do you want us to do this? Yes, I would. And now it's auto-crafting these items for us. So what we're going to do, we are going to utilize this. And you always want to teach patterns first. Might as well. Because we're going to be using a lot of patterns, right? We're going to be using a lot of patterns. We're going to be using a lot of quartz enriched iron. So we might as well teach this recipe. And then as we're going along and we find, hey, I need to know how to make X, Y, Z, this is how we do it. So I'm going to teach this. I'm going to craft a couple recipes to teach us to get some more space. And then we'll be back and we'll continue in with the rest of the episode today in making a mob farm. But this is basics for how to craft and things like that. All right, everybody. So here we are. Went ahead and made, made a bunch of patterns just to get us some storage. Went ahead and made a 64K storage disk. So that way we're doing our auto crafting. So what we're going to do is we're going to build our mob farm inside of a compact disk or a compact world-based compact machine. So these are really, really simple to make. All you do is you need a block of diamond surrounded by 4 compact machine walls, which are just polished deep slate, which is just cobbled deep slate, or mystical agriculture. So really, really simple to make, but it's a great little machine to use. We'll just place it down here for now. And these are movable. You can use them anywhere you want. The way you get into them is you need to make yourself a personal shrinking device. So these are just some eyes of ender, a pane of glass, a book, and an iron ingot. And you right click, and it takes you inside of your world. Now, for our purposes, I have already done a little bit of prep work in advance. So compact machines by default emit light. So the walls here, they emit light. So if you're going to build a mob farm inside of a compact machine, make sure you cover up all the walls, because, you know, as you can see here right now, so if we hit, see how much brighter it is. So yeah, so mobs won't spawn if you're not careful. So I've covered all the walls with dirt. I've went ahead and put down some vector plates from Dark Utilities. This just makes it so that any mob that spawns and lands on one of these plates, it will automatically be pushed this way and then be pushed up against this. This is important because what we're gonna use is a new mod called Mob Grinding Utilities that is going to push them in. It's going to grind them all up. We're going to spit them out, and we're going to put them inside of like a drawer system or something. I made some tinted ethereal glass so I can walk through and get in here if I need to, but mobs cannot pass through this ethereal glass. So, which again, this is a very simple recipe. Ether glass. So ethereal glass is just glass and an eye of ender, and a tinted, and I chose tinted because it blocks light. So, and it's just ethereal glass surrounded by, you know, gray tinted glass with an eye of endstone makes 8. Or you can have regular with a couple of amethyst shards, which we've found laying around the world. Okay? And then the way you get out of this place is you just right click again, and it takes you back out to where you entered. So, mob grinding utilities. What are we going to need? We're going to need a mob masher. To make a mob masher, we're going to need a bunch of iron swords. We're going to need 2 iron spikes and a bunch of iron. So this is going to be a lot of iron that we're going to use. I made a bunch of iron swords. So let's see if we have enough to make it. So we need two of these to make our mob masher. Great. Now, mob mashers run off of a redstone utility. So here we need to figure out, and then these are some of the upgrades you can stick inside of it. So we're going to get the max of these. Maximum height, maximum width. So we're going to make 5 of these. Oh, or not. We don't have any memory essence, so we're going to hold off on this one. We'll have to come back to that. Entity spawner width, that also uses it. Mob masher upgrade looting. Okay, so we can get looting from all of the mobs that we're going to get, and we might as well, right? It holds a maximum of 10, so why not? We'll just, you know, make 10. Okay, we'll make 8. Oh, I refuse. I want 10. Give me more blue dye, please. I want 2 more. Maximum looting. And then I want the absorption radius to be we need to watch. We don't have much obsidian. We have 5 obsidian. Maybe 1. 1 for now. We'll probably come back to this. We don't need this one anymore. And we don't need this anymore. But we're going to need all of these items to be transported out into something. So the way that we're going to do that, because this item here will just kill the mob and it'll just throw the loot on the ground. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an absorption hopper. Which, man, we're going to use all of our. We are getting dangerously close to our obsidian. How much obsidian do we need for this seed? We need 4 ingots. I mean, we can always make more. Yeah, it's fine. We'll just go to the end, and we'll just break down part of a column or something like that. It'll be fine. All right. Anyway, so absorption hopper. We're going to grab one of those. I've already made an ender chest, but we're probably not going to use an ender chest. We're going to use a regular chest because we're going to make a buffer. So we'll just use our gold chest. And then we're going to need storage drawers, which we have here. And we're going to need probably a block of redstone. We'll do a lever. We'll use a lever first. Use a lever, and we'll grab maybe a block. I'm not sure. We're probably going to use a lever. All right, so these are the items that we're going to need. Right, so we're going to need him. He's very dangerous. Make sure you don't do anything crazy to this thing. He does need a redstone lever to work, though. As you see, it's dangerous. It will hurt you if you walk into it. If it's spinning. So let's set these things up inside of our compact machine. So how do we want to do this? Well, what I want to have happen is I want this guy to be facing over here. We're gonna break some of these vector plates real quick so we can do this. We're only spawning 2 tall things in here, but you know, maybe we're gonna have a thing where we're gonna have something shorter. You know, who knows? So let's place him here. So that way, anything that comes into this room comes into an utter death trap. And it's going to force them into this spot, right? Doesn't matter if they come in from this side. Doesn't matter if they come in from this side. They will have a bad time. Then what we'll do is we will place I think we'll place a block. We'll just put a block over. I'll fix this. No, we're going to put the lever here. That way we can turn it on and off. Beautiful. If you right click on here, we can toss our upgrades in. Absorption radius. Why you no go? Interesting. All right. We'll have to take a look at that one. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to place down our absorption hopper. And you see, this absorbs anything in a 7x7 area. Now, we don't need to worry too much about the 7x7 area because, well, one, anything that happens is going to be pushed over here, right? And I just realized we are off-centered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It should have been here. Yep, we have to fix this. Ethereal tinted glass. I want the mob masher over 1 block because it needs to be. We have the ability for symmetry. We just don't always do it. That's not what I wanted. place our thing here. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so now we're going to put our lever back down here. We'll put our block over here. We're going to go ahead and place down our vector plates so that we are going to continue to, you know, force things directly into this at all times, because this is what we do. This is what we do. Go ahead and cover this up. You know what? Does redstone signals go through blocks? Oh, it totally does. That's a lovely thing. All right, let's go ahead and throw in our upgrades. Let's try this again. And yes, it's a dark room, so enemies could spawn right now. So the way this is going to work here, let's just break. No, is we're going to place our absorption hopper down. Doop. We're just going to stick them here. I think. Yeah, it works. We're going to put a tank up above. And you may be asking yourself, wait, nothing connects here first. Why are you doing this? If you right click on this, you have an option of what you want to do. So on the up, we want to send fluids out into our tank. On the right side, or in this case, our north looking face, we want items to go out of. So now we have a little module doodad here. And what we're going to do is we're going to pipe that directly into a storage controller to go here. And then we're going to connect, actually, no, we're going to put a buffer chest. We are going to put a buffer chest here. Then from the buffer chest, we're going to come down. We're going to go into a storage controller, where is the storage controller? Oh, right there. And we'll just put him here. We will put a item pipe, it's one of these guys, with the wrench underneath of this. Give me the wrench, please. Thank you. Boop. And again, shift, right click to export out of the pipe into thing. I don't want this to be connected right this second though. So I'm going to wait before we click on that, because let's do this. Let's give this thing a quick test run. So what I have set up in here is I've got a bunch of different spawners. I've got wither skeletons. I've got and this here can just sit here and run passively. Wow, that's really, really loud. And that's going to be super, super annoying at the moment. So let's do, there we go. Nope, not you. There, skeleton hurt. That's the one we wanted to mute. It's so loud. Okay, so this is going about its merry little way, just smashing stuff up. And what should be happening, oh, everything's coming to me. Ha! All right, guys. So when we had made one change, we moved the absorption hopper up here, because the lever affects this. This is affected by a redstone signal. So we went ahead and switched this. We also added the absorption radius upgrade here. So now we have a bigger radius for where it's going to collect everything. So show outline shows all of this, and it's collecting pretty much everything in the room. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down some drawers over here. This is to collect all of the various items that, you know, this might drop. Excuse me. Now we have our linking tool and we have our configuration tool. We're going to go ahead and link this controller to all of these drawers. This way, this controller is now controlling everything here, right? So we're going to go ahead and shift right click, and we want this to be into locking mode. And we're going to right click this, and all of the drawers are going to lock. Now, if we select our wrench here, and we tell him, hey, go ahead and export out of here, you'll be fine, right? It'll be totally fine. The pipe is going to try to take everything out of here and put it into the drawer system, but the drawers are all locked, which is what we wanted. So now what we do is we want to take one of every item that we want to store. So bones, molten cores, coal, we'll grab the earth shards, because these are all items that's going to start to collect over time. All of this stuff. Wither bones. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put each of these items in our inventory, and we're going to say, okay, you are allowed to go here. And if there are any more of these inside of our chest system, it will pull them out. So we're going to do our big shards here to start with. Our big shards will go into, we'll say molten core can go here. Small shard will go here, and you see now it's actually getting the other items that it's pulling out of the drawer. And we can speed up this transfer rate as well. So we're going to do the same thing here with the raw shards. And then we're going to go ahead and place down, we'll place down coal, maybe coal here, necrotic bones here, and heart canisters or miniature hearts. Did we put down the blaze things yet? We did not. Let's put down blaze rods here, miniature heart canisters, and now what's going to happen is it's going to empty everything out of this thing that it knows. Wither skeleton skulls, yep, we're going to want those. So we'll go ahead and we'll just pop those there. Again, so as this whole system is running, it's just going to continually just drain everything in here. And we're going to put some upgrades in this, because this is going to fill up super, super fast. We have all this stuff that's going to collect in our chest. And then, but now we're going to get a whole bunch of junk, though, as well, right? We've got all these diamond swords that are sitting here that we're going to have to make sure that we deal with. So what we're going to do is we are going to set up a trash can. Ideally, we want this chest to always be empty. And then what we would do is we would, you know, just turn our system back on again. In this case, we're going to do some blazes. We'll turn these on, and as you see, every time it kills, it's just going to start dropping stuff in, which is great. I mean, so guys, we've made ourselves an automated mob farm, an AFK mob farm, where we can just stand here, let it do its thing if we wanted to get some experience, because we are after experience, because this is one of the main reasons that we needed this. But how do we get our experience out, right? We didn't even discuss this. So let's go back home for a second before we need a tap. We need what is called an XP tap. This little guy right here. Just iron, block of obsidian. We're out of obsidian. We're always out of obsidian. All right. So what we're going to do, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go grab some, I think next episode, what we're going to do, I think we're going to get started with mystical agriculture, because I'm kind of tired of running out of some of the basic materials like obsidian or different things like that. So we're going to start working on our little room down over here. Oh, that's power. No, we have obsidian right here. This all needs to come out. Let's just grab this. But we need to so we're going to, yes, we actually need to start working on power. Oh, hello. So this is going to be our power room. Which room was it? Which one room were we putting our... Yeah, so we're going to do our mystical agriculture over here. I think the plan was for me to like come through the side over here with our from our power, because we're going to need some power for it. Real quick, guys, before we ended the episode, I wanted to show what the XP tap did. So so we got that, we got the obsidian, we got XP tap. We're going to go back in to our compact machine. And what we're going to do is we're just going to place the XP tap on the side of the drain. We'll just say, here. It's a nice little faucet, and if you right-click it, it just pours the XP out, and we get our levels. I mean, that is the purpose of this item. Turn it back off. As you see, we're empty, and we have a bunch of experience now. And then as we AFK or whatever, we will fill up our mob farm. So this is great. And we're going to utilize this mob farm for other things as well. We're going to get started here with industrial foregoing. So we're going to need pink slime and all kinds of other good stuff. Guys, I'm out of here. Have a lovely rest of your day. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.